Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this edition of Ausdauer Financial, where we cover all types of things from financial news in the industry, the stimulus, for example. I don't like to start. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this edition of Ausdauer Financial, where we cover all things financial news in the industry, accounting, bookkeeping, tax tips, payroll questions, accounting, bookkeeping, anything related to finance. We cover it all here. Welcome to Ausdauer Financial. In this edition, as you've been going to stores, Walmart, Wawa's, etc., you may have been seeing the sign, exact changer card. Why are you seeing this? Because we are experiencing a national coin shortage. Why, you may ask? Let's go ahead and break into it this week, shall we? Well, you have two elements here that provide coins to these vendors. One is the Federal Reserve's distribution of the U.S. Mint's production, and the consumer bringing in and spending their currency, whether it's vendors cashing it in from their consumers or consumers themselves using coins to pay for goods. In each element, there has been a shortage of coins. Okay? The Federal Reserve, for example, was affected by the pandemic as a federal agency as much as any other institution or individual during the lockdown. They had at different points shut down, and at different points had significantly reduced staff. And when you have reduced staff to a degree, you have a reduced production of coins and reduced supply to the banks that distribute the coins to the consumer and businesses. The U.S. Mint has obviously been producing fewer as well with reduced staff. And when banks are used to getting, for example, $500 a week in coins, and they're getting only $200 a week in coins, it doesn't go as far and runs out a lot faster. At the same time, you also have people not making coin deposits to banks, which means that other element of inflow is not existing. So therefore, you're just basically starving banks of their coin supply. They run low, they run out, and they're left to have to deal with that. With stores closed, they're also not. They're just sitting on their stock of coins, and the coins aren't circulating through the economy. Your laundromats that were shut down, your convenience stores that were shut down, all those people who have coins in their bank. Local, not the bank, but in their own reserves to use for selling products, and then their stores are shut down, they can't sell those products, they don't have a normal, traditional means of circulating that by giving them out to the customer, depositing them in the bank with their deposits, things of that nature. It's just sitting in their physical locations, not moving throughout the economy. And when you have tens of millions of stores and people in general that have those coins just sitting in their physical locations, not moving throughout the economy, and the people who need those coins don't have them available to them. Coin deposits are down 50%. Laundromats, coin machines, etc. have been going unutilized. And another interesting side effect is that the people, by and large, have been so panic-driven over having money for tomorrow to shore up cash flow now so that they can survive later has caused spending habits to change. People are less reluctant to spend money. They're holding on to their cash flow, and sort of panic-induced, causing a sort of a recession-like tendencies there by not spending money like they normally would have. Therefore, if they're going too far on the saving side and too short on the spending side, then they're changing their lifestyle to the point where it's hurting the economy. Now, that's a fine line between maintaining your lifestyle and keeping the economy thriving and protecting yourself and your family. I fundamentally am a firm believer in protecting the family, making sure you have plenty of cash flow and reserves to cover them in a rainy day, a disaster, an emergency, all those things. At the same time, you should maybe structure your budget and your finances in a way that allows you to shore up that money for that very day while still maintaining a normal living lifestyle and normal spending habits, so that your money is still going out into the economy, helping those businesses survive. You're still getting the goods you need to both survive, put food on the table, work on projects, enjoy your family, go out and enjoy yourselves in certain safe entertainments, things of that nature. For example, I have no problem going out to a diner and ordering takeout, following normal safety protocols. We're still spending money on food that I could cook at home in the safety in the quarantine space of my residence to provide food for the family. But it's fun, it's nice to be able to go out and enjoy yourself and spend that money that you've worked so hard for, whether it's paying for Netflix, whether it's paying for going to an event, going to whatever it is, in a safe manner. You're still spending money you've worked hard for, you've got your cash reserves, and by spending the money, you're helping these companies earn money to survive themselves, feed their families, etc., and you got money circulating. What you have in this situation is you have people with cold hard cash that are doing like 1930s recession time, where they are just hoarding that and protecting themselves for a worst case scenario. That is on the extreme end of saving and not something I recommend. And it also causes shortage of coins and currency in the economy. And that is what we're kind of dealing with now, both from the U.S. Mint not producing as well as people not spending it. So you have a whole bunch of stores who rely on everyday flow of coins not having that flow of coins. So in that regard, that is essentially the cycle by which has caused this coin shortage to occur the last few weeks. Now, as the economy reopens, as people start spending their coins again, this will self-correct. It just takes time as people feel more comfortable and more secure in the fact that their cases are dropping, the mortalities are dropping, and other things are showing signs that things are getting better. Now, I'm not going to go into the medical of it or the politics of it. I'm just simply saying that as those things happen in the future, because it's inevitable that we will recover from this and we will rebound from this, as those things start happening and people feel more comfortable spending money and enjoying their lifestyles again, you're going to see this flow of cash flow recirculating into the economy. People will start getting an influx of coins, whether it's through the government or through businesses or individuals, and you'll see this self-correct. However, these are sort of what has caused these things. Everything has its life cycle, and coins are no different. When they're moving, everybody has something to give out. When they're not moving, people run out. Getting into a little bit more of the fun stuff is, let's go ahead and take a look at what it costs our taxpayer dollars and the federal government to make these coins. A penny costs the government, the U.S. Mint, 2.06 cents to make each and every individual penny. And while I grant you that Abraham Lincoln being on the penny is symbolic and wonderful and did great things as U.S. president for our country, the currency he's on, the penny of itself, the value financially to our U.S. economy, especially with the rate of inflation over the past couple decades, has showed diminished value in the economy. It's cost over twice as much to make it as it's worth, and it's not doing a significant amount for the country. How often was the last time you've used, it's two different questions. When was the last time you used a penny to buy something? Second, how often do you use pennies to buy something? Think about that. Now, I'm in a bit of a paradigm shift in the sense that my family has not used cold hard cash to buy things in quite a while. I use credit cards, I use cards in general to move my money, to spend money, to collect money, etc. And we'll get into, I did a video last week on credit cards, I'll do more in the future. There's a lot of elements to using credit cards both safely and profitably. Yes, I did say that, profitably. I get paid for my credit cards. Yes, it's amazing, I know. I'm not trying to move any or anything like that. It's a matter of, with all the fear and all the danger of credit cards, you can actually make using them profitable to your family, and we'll get into more of that in a future video. But I just want to highlight the fact that my family doesn't use coins. Very rarely. We have a stockpile of them when we're giving those as change. For example, we try to return something or get a refund at the store, and they don't want to put the money on the card. They'll just give me coins out of their drawer. I give that to my wife. She puts it into a jar. She takes the Coinstar. She cashes them out. We don't really use coins as a means of finance in our family. A lot of other people are different. A lot of families do use coins, and they rely on this, and it hurts them when there is no coins to go around. They can't go down and drop a nickel and whatever. So, is there anything worth a nickel anymore? I definitely know there's nothing worth a penny anymore. Which brings me to my next point here. There's a lot of organizations that do not even use change, and especially don't use the penny anymore, which brings the value to our economy from a financial standpoint even further diminished. The IRS, for example, when you're filing your taxes, every single line item is rounded to the nearest dollar. Whether it's 49 or below, and they round down to that dollar, or it's 50 and above, and they round up to the next dollar. The IRS does not deal in change, and when you get your refund, it's in a whole dollar value. And whether that's a check or direct deposit, they're also not giving you cold hard cash for it. Now, other venues who are not the government also operate in a penniless society. Movie theaters and sporting events, for example, do not handle pennies. They do coins. For example, quarters. Things could be like $7.25 for a soda. As outrageous as that price is, they've got their taxes and everything else included into the price. So your final dollar value to the customer is at $7.25. Done deal. End of story for that particular transaction. The customer hands over the $7 even, or $7.25, and they have their product free and clear. No one has dealt with a penny, a nickel, or a dime in that case. Movie theaters do it, sporting events do it, and while that does provide perceived change in value of the product, for example, if you went to your Walmart, for example, where everything is bottom dollar cheap, and everything is around to the nearest, 99 cents, that penny becomes more of an eye mark psychologically. Financially, it doesn't significantly, the penny or the nickel do not significantly change the value of the product. Whether they're granted, on the lowest common denominator, a Snickers bar being 99 cents, would it be a significant change to you if that 99 cent or 95 cent candy bar was a clean, even dollar? Psychologically, it might have an impact on you, but I don't see that penny or two having a significant difference on whether or not you buy the item. You either want it or you don't. A single penny or not is more of a psychological impact on you, and less financial impact. You will not feel that penny financially. Rounding them up to an even dollar, while it certainly affects the marketing and the sale of the product, it doesn't affect the individual buying it from a financial standpoint. Therefore, further illustrating the lack of value in having pennies in our society. I completely understand from a marketing standpoint, you can sell more if it's marked 95 or 99 cents below the actual dollar amount you're selling it for. If I'm selling a product for $15 and I mark it at $14.95, it looks more appealing to the customer, and I understand that. And because of that, it becomes much more unlikely that you would get rid of the penny, because at some point you'll need that penny. But also, a lot more people, increasingly more people, are using credit cards and cards in general, debit cards, etc., which makes that penny in the currency, the cold hard cash format, increasingly more irrelevant. All I'm advocating for is that you, as much as I admire and respect Abraham Lincoln as a president, the currency he's on, I feel, has zero and even a detrimental impact on our economy as a whole, because of the cost it takes to make it and the lack of value it has to our economy. The quarter and a dime, I'm 100% in favor of keeping it. You have more value out of it than it takes to make it, which is definitely a good thing for the economy, and there are practical uses for it. I'd love to hear what you think about what I think. Do you think the penny is completely irrelevant anymore? When was the last time you used it? How often do you use a penny to buy something? Does it make a difference in your spending habits? Let me know in the comment section below your experience with the penny and your thoughts on the exact change or card, your opinion of how this coin shortage has affected your lifestyle. Let me know here all about it in the comment section below. I'll love to read all about it and reply to you and have a nice little banter with you. And if you just happen to be coming across this channel in YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. It greatly helps us out. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you next time.